the only thing left is you. Allow those traumas, those energies that have, those rigid energies, those stuck energies to crystallize until there's nothing left but you. You vibrate, you shake the earth, you shake people's worlds just by being, and you heal just by being. But you have to be willing to be you. Welcome. This video is meant to be an accompanying video to my last video, which was a card reading, and this is meant as like a contribution to whatever is required for you to step into your authentic self, who you chose to come into this body and explore, experience, reach some goals, learn some lessons. So as I said, I did film an ASMR card reading with that question, exploring that question, and I did 3 piles. So if you haven't watched that one, I'll put a card up and you can watch that before. Choose a pile, and or you can actually watch it after this one, it doesn't really matter. But so this one is just meant as like an amplification and an actual healing for whatever came through and whatever came up for you, and what is required for you to actually step into your true essence, your tone, your unique vibration, your unique self, unapologetically, and kind of bring up and transmute any energies, any traumas, any patterns, any stuck energy that is just standing in the way of you doing that. And whatever we're not willing to see and experience and be and receive, we can ask of this session, put that intention to put those energies to the surface so that we can actually face them and let go of them, transmute them. If you are new here, my name is Sinna. I'm an energy worker, a mystic, and I work mainly with the Reiki energy in these videos, and I do them in a relaxing, gentle, soothing, soft ASMR style. And what I am here to be for you is just a safe space for you to just explore what you are, who you are, to heal old wounds, and just to show up just as you are, and remind you that you aren't everything you're experiencing. You know, you are kind of swimming in an ocean of energies that you don't have to take in and take responsibility for. You're just, you're aware. So I'm reminding you of that. So today I'm going to be calling on the Reiki energy, and also just using and being whatever you require me to be for you to step more into you and to transmute and heal whatever needs to be healed on the way. So just get comfortable and set the intention that you are willing to receive and that you are willing to show up and do whatever it takes for you to be and step into your authenticity, of your true essence as a being and as an incarnation too, like you're kind of the person you chose to create in this lifetime. Okay, so just calling in the Reiki energy, chokore, 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 asking it to start flowing to you. Wherever you are in the world, know that you will receive this. Seiki, 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 chokore, chokore, chokore. Hansha seishonen, hansha seishonen, hansha seishonen. So let's now give ourselves some seconds to just state a clear intention for this session. And when I say we put an intention for this session, it's not that we're just putting an intention for this half an hour, these 40 minutes, however long these sessions go. We are putting a statement. We're putting a statement into the universe. We're putting a question, like we're putting energy into the universe to ask it to shift things. And the energy of our ask, of whatever we put into our intention, it starts trickling and rippling into the universe. So I know that this is not like, it doesn't end after this session, of course. It's like, then we're actually allowing it to start snowballing. And that's also why we have to be willing to let it take whatever form it needs to, and trust that there are energies in this world that are assisting and contributing and being what is required, even though we can't really define what that is. So what is it that, first, what energies come up when we just ask, okay, how much of me am I already being? Is it 50%, 40, 10, 2%? Just allow whatever awareness is coming up, or whatever just intensity or energy, comes up to the surface for you. And usually, the most kind of shifts that we perceive is like, it's an answer to the question. So if you felt a shift when you said 2%, that's like a hint for you that there's a big part of you that you're not really willing to come out, to be revealed. So I ask that you now just put into words whether your intentions, or your ask, whether that is your ask to be willing to be you, the ask of yourself, of the universe. What is it that is required of me to truly step into my magic? What is it that I'm not willing to choose, that I'm not willing to be? What I'm not willing to see, to know? And what would it take for me to be willing? And notice just like what is coming up for you, if it's fear, if it's ignorance, if it's energies you can't really define. Is it uncomfortable? Is it nothing? Just whatever is coming up, just be present with it, and let's just, transmute it with a clearing statement. Destroy and uncreate it, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and back, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much are you willing to step into the unknown, the uncertainty, and the uncomfortability of going out of what you were told you were meant to be, what you were told and taught how to be? How willing are you to go beyond all of those boxes? And if you have an ask of your own, a statement, your own intention, you can just put that out there right now. Reiki is already flowing. You're held. You're supported. Whatever thoughts come up, whatever kind of barriers are coming up, and whatever your mind is like telling you right now, I'm just gonna pull it all out. It's not true. Any doubts, any justifications and reasons, just pull it all out. It's not true. Pull those barriers, put those barriers down. I ask that whatever is truly needed here, that somehow it's going to make its way to you. That someone is going to deliver that message to you, whether it's words, whether it's energy. I am contributing to you and being whatever I can be right now, whatever it is that you require at this moment to receive what I have to say, to receive what comes through me to you on this matter right now. And I ask that whatever being, people, spirits, whatever energies, words or no words, that they, one message by one, they deliver it to you, whatever it is that is required for you. I am asking of the Reiki energy to transmute and shift anything that is kind of a part of the problem. So anything that is taking part in whether, any coping mechanisms, any reactions, any trauma responses, anything that is kind of taking part in that, to be transmuted, to be brought to the surface, to bring it to your awareness so that you can make choices to let go of it, to change it. We ask it to work on a cellular level, transmute all, trauma that is just still in your cells, in your DNA, that wasn't even yours to begin with as well, that has to do with this. How much are you holding on to something because you think that it's making you safe? So anything that you think is making you safe from being the true you, because you think that it's not safe to be the true you. You are always safe, but that doesn't make it any less true. Just how much we sometimes feel unsafe as a trauma response. So just know that we are working through those traumas, and also by acknowledging that we are in fear can speed the process of healing those traumas tremendously. So be willing to look at what it is that you think is keeping you safe, and what you're keeping yourself safe from. Why is it not safe to be you fully? Why is it not safe to do maybe things that you were told were bad or not allowed? Like, you now as an adult, is it no longer allowed when you're an adult? Sometimes it can be really beneficial just to tell ourselves and remind ourselves, like, hey, we are no longer in that situation that made us need those coping mechanisms and made us need to hide who we are. You're no longer in that situation. You're an adult, and that was really fucked up that you were told you were not allowed to be you. So just reminding ourselves and giving ourselves a little, reality check. Like, hey, that's what we needed to do, what we needed to create for ourselves at that time to feel safe. But hey, we're no longer there, and now let's change that, Being willing to look at that takes courage, but it actually, like most of the work, is to be willing to look at it, talk about it, journal about it. And then each choice after that gets easier when it comes to this. And everything that brought up, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds. Okay, that shifted a lot. So who are you now? What can you choose now? And just notice the power of just acknowledging and be willing to look at things like that. So now we can again address it and be like, okay, so what is so scary about it now? What fears are coming up now? What parts of me am I still believing are not safe to step into? And everything that comes up now, just be willing to be with that energy, whether that's memories, anything tangible, or just energies. Anything holding that in place, let's revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all times a gazillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, button, buckle, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Flow, Reiki flow, Reiki flow. So, yeah. So there is just one message also that wants to come across that is not for everybody, but it didn't come through in the card reading and it wants to come now. So there's some of you who are not willing. You are asking to become, you're willing now to have a little bit of space to allow yourself to be you, but you're still not allowing yourselves to choose like according to yourself when it comes to like hobbies and just things that you like doing. I'm seeing like an older woman with long gray hair who is just now giving herself the space to come out of her shell. So maybe it's just meant for this woman, but it's beautiful to be putting out that question into the world and putting out that energy into the world, like, okay, now it's time to live for me after all these years that I've lived for everybody else. But still there are thoughts coming up that are like, you are wanting to do things that you simply enjoy, but you can't enjoy them because there are thoughts coming up stopping you, saying like, no, who do you think you are? Having fun. Who do you think you are to enjoy things? Who do you think you are to, gonna start doing, like, spending time on crafts? You're not allowed to spend time on that, or that's ridiculous, that's silly, that like so many voices coming up, and that's hard. I know it is. And this is like when we go through abuse like that, then the words of the abuser, they turn into, they take a life form into our mind. Just know that these are not your thoughts, and they're not the truth. And this is like just trauma response, and this is exactly what I was talking about, like your mind trying to make you, or it's like a coping mechanism to keep you safe because you were not allowed to do that. So it's keeping you safe from the consequences, basically keeping your inner child safe. But you're no longer there, so you need to talk about these things. This is like something you need to talk about, journal about, talk about these things with someone impartial, like a therapist, and get the acknowledgement of just how abusive this was for you. Get the validation that this was not okay, just for your inner child, because that part of you has not fully is stuck. That part of you hasn't really grown up, and you're on a loop. So let's just bring up all the trifold sequencing systems here. That's all the trauma loops, and destroy and uncreate all right, wrong, good, bad, papa, call, nature, boys and beyonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you're beautiful. You're allowed to enjoy life. You're allowed to live for you and only you. And I encourage you to get like support from many places and start enjoying these things, even though these voices are there, and just move through all the uncomfortable stuff and demand of yourself to still choose those things for you. Allow whatever changes are happening within you now just to happen. Healing is not something we can define or plan or project. Be kind to you on this journey and be kind to your body. Keep being in the question, whether it's this question that is our theme today. What is required of me to step into my true authenticity of who I came here to be? What does it take to be me fully? Who am I? Who am I becoming? Who am I today? What is possible for me stepping into me, even though I don't know how it's going to show up, how it's going to be? Or whether it's any question that takes you out of reacting to the world, it takes you out of the trauma and the drama around us that we know that isn't truth. It isn't the reality we want to live in, right? It's not the reality we want to create or we have asked to be created. It's not the reality we are choosing. How much are you willing to demand of the universe, to demand of yourself that now there's no more space, there's no more time left to live for somebody else, to live as whatever everybody else wants us to be, hopes us to be, and is comfortable with. How much uncomfort do you have to endure to be willing to let others be uncomfortable? Allow these changes to crystallize until the only thing left is you. Allow those traumas, those energies that have, those rigid energies, those stuck energies to crystallize until there's nothing left but you. You vibrate, you shake the earth, you shake people's worlds just by being, and you heal just by being. But you have to be willing to be you. Thank you for stopping by. Take care of your body. Take care of you, your being. Don't be kind to you, please. Drink lots of water. Until next time.